Hi, I'm Reed Fetters with UrbanWork, and I'm here with Becca Lamberg, also with UrbanWork, and we are interviewing Radio Tacoma. Thank you for coming, both of you, Pam Beal
Yes.
and Malachi Betour.
Thank you.
I nailed it, didn't I?
It was perfect.
Did you see that, Becca? And it took me 3 times. Well, guys, thanks for joining us today. We're really excited to talk to you because, honestly, I don't know a lot about Radio Tacoma, and today is going to be a learning experience for us for sure. So why don't we just kick off the first question with, who is Radio Tacoma?
We are Radio Tacoma, and so are you. That is one of the station IDs that we air. That we really are. We are a group of about a dozen people who both kind of manage the station and produce programs for the station and go out to events to do outreach, those sort of things. But we're a small group, but we have a lot of friends everywhere.
And when we say, so are you, we want everybody in Tacoma to know that they can come and be on the radio. If they have something to share, something to say, they can come on the station and talk about it.
So I can just come in anytime I want and be like, hey, guys, let's go.
Not anytime.
You guys don't know what you're signing up for.
But if I just want to be on air, I can be like, hey, guys, I'd love to talk about this.
Yeah, almost. I mean, like if you say, I want to come and talk about my latest recipes for cooking cats, probably not. But, it's just...
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Does it have to be Tacoma-centric? Is it community? Is it business? A little bit of both?
It's pretty Tacoma-centric right now, but we do, the area,
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows is sound poetry.
Yeah.
And that's, of course, a double entendre because it's spoken word, and also it's the Puget Sound. So we air a program from Portland called Locus Focus about environmental issues. We used to air a Snohomish County program called We Do the Work, which some of the Gwillens were part of, who were recently, part of the, they weren't arrested, but they were, one of their members was, we're very pro-union, by the way. And we air our own program. Marilyn Kimmerling records what's called WOB Radio, which is a takeoff, of course, of the Wobblies, the IWW, which is still around and ready to... rise in Tacoma. So yeah, it depends. We do air a lot of local programs, though. We call it local, and that is a definition that can be expanded.
Do you have a lot of businesses that come on and talk about their business?
No.
A few we have, yes, and we have underwriters. Businesses who are sponsoring shows. And we've had a few business people come on and talk about what they're doing, but not a lot. It's mostly, we have a group called the Climate Alliance of South Sound. That's a group of young people, very well-educated young people who talk about climate issues, particularly as they relate to Tacoma.
Okay.
And we have... Go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say we have the Ugly Podcast, which one of a local woman has. She has workshops on creativity, and the idea is that people stymie their creativity by being afraid that they're going to produce art that nobody will like. So she has them create ugly things on purpose so they can get over that fear and then release their creative spirit. But yeah, she has workshops that she does.
We just started airing Mahogany Circle of Hope, and this is a group of African-American women who have had cancer, and it's their stories about how they dealt with it, particularly as African-Americans. And that came from our neighbor, by the way. Louisa and I live in houses that are right next door to each other in Fircrest, and it was one of our neighbors who came to us with that. So really, things come from all over. We welcome people. You can go to our website, radiotacoma.org, and there is an application you can fill out to give us an idea for a program. Victoria Fragoso.
Yeah, I see her in here a lot.
Tuesday with Toya.
Yeah,
we love that. We love her work, and we love the interviews she does with people. Those air on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 p.m.
Very cool. I think you might air one of our other podcasts, Tacoma Rising, or we had talked about it.
Yes, we are going to be airing it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we love that concept of interviewing influencers, homegrown influencers.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's been a lot of fun to do that one. And I didn't mean to like put you on the spot here and say, oh, by the way, guys, aren't you
No,
going
we're
to
totally planning that. We just wanted to talk to you first.
I
about
just
that.
listened
Yeah.
to the one with the
Yeah.
Peace Bus, and that was very inspiring.
Yeah, he's a longtime friend of Radio Tacoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some, just the amount of talent and just amazing people in Tacoma. It's just, it's been a lot of fun to get the influencers in and just talk about the why behind what they're doing, which I feel like that, I don't want to say it's overlooked, but a lot of times you hear what they're working on at that time. And, we want to know, why are you doing this? Like
Yeah.
what pushed you in this direction to do this? And Quabi's story was really
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
cool.
Yeah.
I love Quabi.
He's like
Yeah.
going to be nationally influencing. He
yeah.
really is already because he's traveled
He's-
across country.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm excited to watch where his story goes, and he's getting his pilot's license soon. There's just so much. Like, he's just so interesting.
Didn't know that.
great.
Yeah, that's cool. Can I tell you about a program we just started airing?
Yeah, please.
It's called My Tacoma with Davis Freeman. Davis is a photographer. He worked with Microsoft and Starbucks. He was a commercial photographer, and he's retired now. So he's doing this program for us about local artists. And the one that we're airing right now is about Dean Burke and Jillian Nettles, and they do underwater photography. He gets to wear a wetsuit. She does not. At Owen Beach in the winter.
Oh my gosh.
And if you go to Dean Burke Photography, or I think it's at the Barlow, also at the Barlow, his work, it's amazing. The pictures that they get of her with material that she has chosen. It's a wonderful podcast that we're airing now.
Dean is fantastic. One of our recent tours, for Tacoma Rising, we did the 70-48.
Yes.
The race,
Yeah, the
which
paddle.
was
Yeah.
inspired by him.
Yeah,
and
I read
they've
about that.
It's just like he's another one. He could be on the show.
Yeah.
On the influencers.
Right.
It's just we have so many really great people. That's
Yeah.
a really cool
Yeah,
idea.
just learned the other day that the person who invented Android is from Tacoma. And
Oh,
it's like,
wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
who's
the
that?
person who does Snopes is from Tacoma.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, Tacoma's got a lot of
Oh,
cool
yeah.
people
We just
here.
don't. Well, yeah, we need to talk about it more.
Yeah.
Like on a podcast or a radio station.
So there are two other programs I just want to mention quickly. One is Power to the People, in which we interview local historians, politicians, judges, electoral people. We're currently airing interviews by mayoral candidates, Tacoma mayoral candidates, and also Ain't Misbehavin'.
Oh, yeah.
Louisa is my sister, Louisa Beal, and she really started this together with Marilyn Kimmerling and a woman named Carrie Griffiths who recently passed. But Louisa is a doctor of veterinary medicine, and she's a behavior consultant. And it was the only vet to be a behavioral consultant in Western Washington for a very long time. And she's now doing this podcast about cases that she's had. And she recently interviewed a woman from Sweden who talks about emotions in animals. And it's a wonderful program.
Sounds very
Yeah,
interesting.
so if you have dog problems, you can check out our archive because she's got different episodes on, your dog messing in the house or leash aggression or whatever. And
Yes.
yeah, it's very good.
And felines and monkeys.
Wow.
And maybe soon bats.
Yes, yeah.
But today she's deing with a rabid bat. But,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
She's trying to
everybody
train
get their
it.
shots.
Yeah. Quite the archive you guys have that you're building.
Yes, we are the University of the Airwaves. That's how I like to think of it. I'm a professor at TCC.
Yeah.
And but this is my second love, I'll say. And it's because we can do so much, educate so much, and that is the mandate from the FCC, that we are an educational station. We do entertainment, but I consider art and music educational, probably more educational than any other piece of education. And I know that because all of my nieces and nephews love art and music, and they learn so much through it.
Yeah,
And I
there's
think
a
it's
reason that we have the alphabet song,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anyway, so eventually we realized we needed a space. And space in Tacoma is insanely expensive for a nonprofit. We don't have, regular income. we have a few donors, but not a lot. And so we were so grateful to find your space here. It's been really terrific. And we look so much more official than when we interview people around the kitchen table.
Yeah, we started in 2017, and we've been virtual until we joined with you.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Back in, 2024?
Yeah.
It's just over a year.
2024.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not know that. I thought you were coming from a different office. But that kind of leads into my next question is, so you rented this traditional office. How do you turn that into a radio station studio there?
Well, these days, equipment is so compact and so accessible and affordable that we could just create the station. We have a little soundboard, and we have 4 microphones, and we just sit around the table and record. We don't have live radio yet, but eventually we might. But right now, we're all pre-recorded.
So does everything broadcast from that office there?
No.
Okay.
Shall I tell the story of the tree?
Yes, you tell that story.
Yeah. So my sister, Louisa, is a visionary. And she is somebody who always thinks, well, if this isn't going to work out, what are my other options? Mm-hmm. And we got our license in 2013 when we applied for the FCC license. And then we had to be on the air by 2017 or we would lose that license. In August of 2017, we had no tower. And if you know anything about towers, you have to do all sorts of things to get a tower built. And she'd been going to all these permitting meetings we had no money. We had no tower. The last permitting meeting she went to sometime in, I don't know, late August, early September, she said, could we put it in a tree? They said, sure.
All right.
They checked the rule book. Nobody says you can't. So
instead of building a really expensive tower and incurring all sorts of debt, we put it in a tree.
And we're very environmentally conscious.
Yes. Very sustainable.
Yes, very sustainable. And a sister station's tower went out in a recent lightning strike.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Ours did
not our tree.
Not the tree.
Our tree's
Where
good.
is the tree?
The Tacoma Friends Meeting House. My sister is a Quaker, and so we located, that's above the Tacoma Mall. It's a high spot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how far is the reach on that?
About 3.5 to 5 miles, kind of depends. Voice of Vashon is 101. What are we?
101.9, yeah.
And so anything north of 6th Avenue, basically you're going to pick up Voice of Vashon over the water. Yeah. And the one in Olympia, also over the water, anything sort of south of 84th or west of probably Bridgeport will pick up that station and not ours.
Okay.
We are extremely local.
Mm-hmm. But we stream on the radio.
Yeah, everything's online. And
yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you can't get us by going to 101.9 FM, you can go to radiotacoma.org and stream either on our website or using TuneIn.
Radio Garden.
Yeah, there's a few apps. To get our own app.
Yeah.
But,
Are you guys constantly playing 24/7?
Yes.
So there's always something on.
Must be. Yes,
okay.
That's a requirement.
If you're not playing a show, do you play music? What type of music, if so?
Well, we have a backup system. If something glitches, then we have a backup system of Brad Jacobson's piano music, which is incredibly wonderful. So if we go off the air, we hear Brad Jacobson's incredibly wonderful original music. Mm-hmm. But occasionally we do go off the air and that plays. But we air so much local music. Mm-hmm. We do not air, we always focus on local music. And as long as we have the artist's permission, the composer's permission, we can't do covers, for instance. But we don't want, everybody else is airing that stuff. We want to air the local. And so sometimes we'll have a half-hour program of talk, then half-hour of beautiful music and information about science in the sea or Earth Date or Laura Erickson's For the Birds or something climate-oriented or environment-oriented, because that's one of our other foci.
Sundays are really good times because we have 2 hours of music in the morning and 2 hours in the evening.
Yes, we play a
local
roots music Northwest. Yes, a curated set of 2 hours of locally produced music.
So you mentioned moving from your home to UrbanWork, and it's your first kind of official office. What made you pick UrbanWork?
Well, it was recommended to us. We'd been kind of looking around for a place to have a studio, but it was the expense was really, really outrageous, and it wasn't just that. They wanted to have like 2 years of our finances and all this, and it wasn't enough to say, well, we just come up with the money when we need it, And but so anyways, it was recommended to us. We came, and we were just bowled over by all of the amenities available and how accessible it was, how easy it was. We didn't have to give years of history or anything like that. We just came, signed the contract, put down a deposit, and we were ready to go. And we didn't have to buy furniture. We have a kitchen right there. Somebody else cleans the bathrooms. It was really a no-brainer.
It was huge.
That's a win for sure.
Yeah.
Also, my grandmother used to work in this building. So
Very cool.
She worked at Rhodes.
With the
my
Rhodes
gosh.
department store?
Yep.
Department store? Yeah.
Amazing.
So, good juju here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history behind this building. and
Yes.
It's
I
really
beautiful.
love that you
building.
refurbed it.
We're actually trying to pull the history out, which is, or like get back to it, because I think it was. I'm getting way off topic, but as a department store, it was a destination for
you
retailers
betcha.
and people
I
to
remember
come
it.
here.
I'm that old.
And and when it went to office and a law firm and the state bought it, it lost that destination. And now what we're trying to do is turn it back into a destination, which is the co-working helps, the restaurants, and all those other things. But we're just trying to bring back what it was, which is really.
Yeah, we love that you had a vision too.
Yeah.
We're visionaries too.
And the down on Thursdays, the marketplace downstairs is really nice for little entrepreneurs, and and having a parking spot right close to the farmers market is really there's a lot of nice things about this building.
There's synergy, energy, all sorts of stuff here that we didn't necessarily know until we got here.
Right.
Well, fun fact, when we give tours, people think it's really cool that we have a radio station in the co-working space. So it's cool. It's really...
And you have the News Tribune too, so you're going to build a media.
Yeah. People are like, we're afraid to come in there. There's all, no, I'm just kidding. But with the podcast studio, recording studio, and then the music venue and all, we have just really, it's just, I don't know, it just feels like there's a lot of cool stuff coming out of here. Is there a growth plan in place for you guys to do more shows? Or are you guys feeling good with where you are? Would you want a bigger footprint? Like, is there a growth plan?
Technically, as LPFMs, low power. LP means low power. That doesn't mean low political power, by the way. Just talking, we cannot expand.
Okay.
These stations are meant to be very small community stations. So until that changes, we really can't do that. But as far as expanding into the community, we are already, and we are continuing to connect to other local organizations. We've been connected to 350 Tacoma for a long time. That's the climate friendly organization. So many other organizations that we're...
Now I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, we can't remember any of them right now, but we love you. Yes, we do. We know you're out there. Common Good, another great local organization, so many. And then we recently connected with Tacoma Weekly, because we really feel right now it's very important to connect with other local media.
Yeah.
Because
really
local
is.
media's time has come.
Yes.
Again.
I feel it's easier to find out what the president had for breakfast than what the council members did last week.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get local news sometimes, and so that's one of our missions, is just to make people aware of what's happening in our city.
And we have now a discussion group, basically the 4 women on the board, called The View from Tacoma, which airs Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays at noon. And we discuss local, because people they don't have any power to do anything about what's going on federally. They get very kind of frustrated, and you have a lot of power locally. City, county, state. When the state legislature was in session, we kept apprised of all the stuff that was going on with housing, climate, a lot of different issues.
Well, like the warehouse in South Tacoma, that giant warehouse.
Yeah. We won't go there today.
Most people didn't know about that.
And most people didn't know about the Northwest Detention Center until the recent high-profile arrests. They did not know we have this thing on the tide flats in an area that is super funded and Anyway,
Yeah.
we really like to highlight the stuff that's local and that we can do something about.
Yeah,
Right.
it's definitely important. Just with like, we've been focused a lot on the mayoral
Right.
candidates and that election coming up. And I live in Kent personally, and I've been trying to find information on these candidates to figure out what I'm voting for, or the propositions, or the council members. And it's just not in an easy to consume format. They get their little statement, and I just have to kind of trust that what they're saying on there is
Yeah, and
who
they're
they
all
are.
from Mom's Apple Pie, aren't they?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
It's one of the
Yeah.
problems that I think we, even locally, we run into is that we don't have a lot of organizations working together. Everyone's doing their own thing and running in different directions. And I talk about this a lot with Tacoma Rising, and that you hear better together a lot. But I don't know that we do a lot of things really together in Tacoma. And I was talking to someone today about the election coming up. The primaries are coming up. And we have an event coming Thursday that we're going to showcase. We're not endorsing anyone. We just want to give everyone a platform and get them out there, because we built a platform that we can, let them, because I can't vote, actually. I live 5 houses away from Tacoma. Like, not even 5, maybe 3. And so I can't actually vote, but it's so important to me because I have multiple businesses in Tacoma.
Right.
And I want to know what's going on, and I want to ask tough questions. I want to know what's on the agenda. What are you guys doing? The city council, all that stuff is important to me. Even though I don't live in Tacoma, I work here.
Yes.
And I mean, I might actually live here because I'm probably here. I'm here more than
More
I am
than
at
you're
home.
at home.
Yeah.
But those are things that are important, and it used to be that you'd have town halls and you would have a lot of people showing up and hearing what they have to say. But now they have to go to all these different little groups where some people show up, and it's just like, it's just strange to me that we don't have these, it's not like it used to be where you would have a couple events and everyone showed up and got to
Right.
hear what everyone had to say. Now you got to hear it in a lot of different platforms and stuff. And I don't know. I just feel like it's not like it used to be. And I think it's nice that we have a lot of platforms, but it would be nice if we were more connected, working together. And I don't know. That's one of, I would say a pet peeve, but I think we can get better at that.
Yeah, we can too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think
Which
that's
is-
one of our goals.
Well, and I think having you guys here and talking, I mean, like doing more things, learning more about what you guys are doing. You guys have a great platform. If there's things that we're doing that's interesting and we can share, by all means, we'd love to. And that's why I was asking, are you interested in having more businesses come in? I don't know if that's a thing. If you are, we are connected to a lot of businesses. And that's the whole point of our podcast is that we have UrbanWork. We have a co-working location with 50 offices. There's probably close to 50 businesses here between entrepreneurs and more established businesses. And we use this as a way to help promote what they do, let them come in and talk about what they do, and then shoot it out. And if we can help, we can help. But I think a lot of it's just connecting people. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're absolutely open to local businesses.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was like, even just learning more about Radio Tacoma, I'm like, I probably have some people that I've met that would love to be featured on Radio Tacoma.
yeah.
Oh, that's
So now
good to
it's
know.
like I have a better idea of the type of content you guys create, and I'm happy
Yeah.
to send some people
Yes,
your way.
and we take people's already created content, or we do interviews with people who
Yeah.
would prefer that sort of.
if you guys weren't looking for office space a year and a half ago, I may not even know that you guys exist because we don't always run in the same group, which is sad. Like, it's nice to, like, that's what I love about co-working and urban work and what we're doing and what others are doing. It's getting communities together, getting people together and talking about, learning what everyone else is doing. And I don't know, I love the communication about that.
I think Pam would agree with me that, even though we'd been working for years, this past year, since we moved in here, we've gotten a lot more attention. A lot more people have reached out to us. So somehow we've become much more visible. And since I haven't done anything different, I'm going to assume it's the space.
We'll take the credit.
If that is the case, that is awesome. We love hearing that because I think we started tagging you guys recently on some of the stuff that we were doing, or I did on social media. And it's just, I never thought about doing that. And I was like, oh my gosh, why are we not tagging other, so I'm not very good at social media. I'm learning as we go, but those are things that I just feel like if we do that, it helps everybody to get, to get it out and talk about it. So I'm glad that that's the case.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
It's
Yes,
it's
and we're
been
just
worth it.
especially excited that it's a place that young people can come, because they might not have felt as comfortable to come into our kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we have several groups, again, as Malachi mentioned, Laura Alexander with her Ugly Creativity, Ugly podcast, and Victoria with her Tuesday with Toya, and then the Climate Alliance of South Sound. We're just very excited about having young people because we're all over 65.
Yeah, we're
And we're planning on being here a while.
Right.
But we're really excited that young people are getting back interested in radio.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting too, because some of the folks that you're talking about, we're connected with through other avenues. Toya is connected with Quentin Davis, who is just on the other side of that glass right now, recording the show, and we know Toya from Quentin,
She's
and
a
they work
force.
together. She really
Yeah.
is. I've been to multiple of her performances. Quabi has an
Yes.
office here. He's been on our podcast. He's been on your
Doris
show.
is now
Yeah,
here.
Doris
Yes.
has now
Doris
got
is
an
here.
office.
Yeah,
Laura
it's just-
Smith. She did a wonderful podcast for us called Passion with Detail, and she interviewed local African American people who were doing good things.
Yeah.
You know, all the cool stuff they were getting done. That again people weren't aware of. She's got other fish to fry right now.
Yeah, she's kind of on hiatus, but like some of the things that she would interview people was a man who did yoga for prisoners, and and I thought about that, and I thought, being in jail, and then this guy comes and does yoga with them, and it helps them so much. Another man was doing art with young children, and I mean, it was just a wonderful podcast, but like we say, she's really busy right now, so we're going to have to wait for her next one. But you can hear her on our website because we have her in our archives.
So that's really cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do have an archive. If you go to radiotacoma.org, it's the first thing on the page. You can find most of our locally produced programs there.
Perfect.
Let me wrap up with one last question. What could we do, Urban Work, or what could our listeners do to help with your mission for Radio Tacoma?
Okay, I have two things. First of all, I'll tell you the kind of boring thing, and that's we're on social media, just like
follow
you
us.
are, and can connect that way. But I also want to say that we air a little piece about becoming a volunteer. This was put together by my sister from Monty Python, and it basically says you don't have to be a 6-footer, you don't have to have a great brain, you don't have to have any clothes on, which is the beauty of radio.
Yes, right.
So I'm not suggesting you come naked and interview do an interview with us, but that you're giving us a face, which radio needs a face.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can go to our website and donate, of course, because
Yes.
we are not part of any larger organization. We're all self-funded, and the more people that support us, the better.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, good. Well, thank you guys
Thank
for coming
you.
in. It was
Thank
really
you.
a pleasure to speak with you. All right.
Yeah.